So the course is called, it's a master's level course, and it is, the number is 517. It's about climate and environment journalism. So let me share what we have in the syllabus about the course first. And this is a course that familiarizes the students with different aspects of climate and environment journalism and helps them learn how to write news and features on relevant issues. And we did have 21 students enrolled for the course in the last semester. And it is an elective course. And there are a couple of journalism courses for the master's students, so it is one of them. So they in fact do specialization in journalism stream at the master's level, doing a couple of courses, including this one. So the description of the course, as we outlined this course a couple of years back, through the input from different stakeholders like journalists and other stakeholders in the field of climate and environment in Bangladesh. So based on their suggestion and through inputs of our other colleagues, we outline the course as it follows. It helps the students gain a deeper understanding of the field of environmental journalism. The students learn how to handle stories, translate scientific jargon, and find the best sources for stories and features. They will know how to look for environmental angles in a wide range of news stories and how to conduct effective interviews with environmental experts for their own writing. And in addition to that, students of this course will also get familiarity with the changing trends of environment and climate, both at the local and the global perspective level, by reading journalistic writings, reports, features, and articles, and watching documentaries. And particular emphasis is laid on knowing and writing about global warming, renewable energy, green living and design, health and environment, recycling, biodiversity, conservation. There are more couple of more issues like nuclear energy and waste, activism, volunteering, environmental actions, environmental law, policy, both at the local and global level, top environmental issues of the decade, greenhouse effects and climate change. And the teacher usually evaluate the students' writing exercises as well as their reading of selected news, features, and articles from different media. And we do have, the suggested readings. I'm not going to read that. And as I offer the course, usually due to the constraint of time, and in fact, it is the consequences of the COVID that we have to reduce the semester a bit, and therefore we cannot really offer all the aspects we have outlined in the original syllabus. But the way I offer the course this semester includes the following issues. I think they connects both to the theoretical and practical aspects, as also Professor Andreas mentioned. I do, first contextualize the whole course in the broader area of environmental communication. So definitely we talk about, how environmental communication started and what are the media theories and communication theories relate to the environmental communication. So based on that, we then go for some other issues like, geographical issues, the natural scientific aspects of the climate change and environment, and as well as climate change and human adaptation to climate change. And particularly we give emphasis on the local aspects, though we are aware of that climate change postcards, and it is not only along the different issues, but it also postcards with local and global perspective. But especially the ecologically critical areas of Bangladesh are emphasized, and students are given an overview of those ecologically critical areas. And then we talk about, the historical aspects of environmental journalism and climate journalism. We deal with the origin and different fields and challenges of environmental journalism in different contexts. And then we deal with media and environment reporting, the practical aspects of reporting in the class. And climate reporting, global crisis, local focus, and that is how we in fact familiarize with the students from the local and global perspective of climate change. And we do also teach them about the basic media theories of environmental journalism, environmental issues in Bangladesh and climate journalism, international climate justice movement. How did that start, and what are the dimensions and the varieties we do have with respect to climate justice movement, and how that connects to the local lives of the people. And giving this overview of theoretical and practical issues, we also relate those steps with the policy discourses at the global and local level. And therefore, we talk about the SDG goals, and particularly SDG goal 13, how SDG goal 13 relates to climate change, and what is the discourse we do have here in the policy. And then we relate that how that SDG goal is translated into our local policy issues, and particularly the longer policy discourses in Bangladesh, and that is, the 7th five-year plan. So we are now having 7th five-year plan and approaching to the 8th one, and it is a policy perspective of the next 5 years, and therefore that also gives the students a kind of overview of how government thinks about climate change, and how it is, whether it is really taking care of the spirit of the global policy discourses like SDG goals and others. And then we do have climate change strategy and action plan, which is very particular policy discourse. And we also make the students familiar with those policy papers, and as well as National Environmental Policy 2018. I mean, if you just look at those stuff, so you may find that couple of lenses there. First, we familiarize the students with the theoretical aspect of the issues, and then we do ask them, we tell them how those theoretical steps relates to the practical issues in Bangladesh as well as in the global context, and again then how those steps relates to our policy discourses at the global and local level, how those are appropriately addressing the policies, and what are the policy implications towards climate change and global warming, as well as environmental condition of the country. So this is how I offered the course in the last semester. And alongside different theoretical discussion, we do offer, we do ask the students do practical steps, which is in fact almost 50% of the whole course. So as part of the practical assignments, a student did a lot of work in the last semester. So they did field work. First, I asked them to take photos of different issues of climate change and environment. So each of these students, took photos, and I asked them to publish them in the media if they can, but they submitted to me. Some of them come up with, photo essays, combining a couple of photos and telling a story with the photos, and some come up with just one photo, which is sort of, considered as photo feature. And after having this assignment done with photos, then I asked them to do, to write feature stories. Because to me, climate journalism and environmental journalism need to be featureized in our context, because from my earlier experience of different research data regarding climate journalism, in fact, our journalism is mostly event-oriented, and they reflect on hard news and day-to-day activities, what is being, integrated, what is being done by people, and those are just straightjacket news stories. They don't go into the deeper level of the issues, and therefore these features stories are emphasized, and I asked them to write feature stories. And 21 students, all of them have to submit at least one feature story. The best one, they write a couple of feature stories, they submit best one for evaluation. And I will show you the list of the feature stories in the next, in the coming slides. And after having this assignment done regarding feature stories, I asked them to do some, multimedia video story. So, and I, assigned them for a couple of issues, and 2 students combined do one feature story, video story. So all 21 students together, they came up with 11 video stories in the last semester.
Professor
So
Mufiz, I'm so sorry to cut you short. I just wanted to tell you the slides are not moving. your slides.
Okay,
So, yeah. So
okay, okay.
if you can share
Okay,
your
this is
screen again,
showing.
stop sharing and then share your screen again, and then press the
No,
slideshow button because we can only see the course objective slide.
still only the course objectives you see?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why. Okay, let me then stop it and then.
Yeah.
Uh,
So when you open the presentation, just press F5 on the keyboard. I'm so sorry I had to stop you, but since you were talking about a lot of good stories and I'm sure the slides and presentations were very informative and a lot of people here wanted to take pictures of the slides and resources that you're sharing. So I thought I should ask you to
do you
share
see
it
them
again.
now?
Yes, we can see the presentation. Okay, you stopped sharing your screen.
Okay, now do you see
Yeah, now
them
we can
now?
see your screen. अभी आ जाता है. Okay, now press F5 on the keyboard.
Is it moving? Is it moving now?
Can you press
F7,
F5, Professor Mufiz?
F5.
F5.
Okay, F5.
Now it's moving. Can you move to the
Okay,
next slide? There is a
are they
message
moving
on
now?
there is a message on your screen which says resume slideshow. So click on that, please.
No, I don't see any message.
On the top of your slide. It's okay. Can you
Hmm.
move to the next slide
Oh,
so I make sure?
resume share. Okay. Okay, do you see them now?
No, the slide's not moving.
Why is that? I don't know.
Because
So I stopped sharing.
on the top of the screen there is a pop-up message, resume slideshow.
I did that.
Yeah, you have to
I did that. So let me stop share again because I want to show
yeah,
some,
yeah.
video
You
screens
stop
as
share
well.
again and share again.
Okay, share screen. So I'm going to share this one. Are they visible now?
Yes, can you move to the next slide?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
moving.
it's okay. It's moving now.
Okay, are
Yeah.
they moving?
Yeah, and if you could email me the presentation later so I can share this
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay, I'll do
presentation
that.
with all the
I'll do that.
participants also. Thank you, Professor Mufiz. Please continue. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
No, no, no problem. If I cannot show the screen,
Yeah.
then it will not be
And
used, I
also,
think. Yeah.
one last request, if you can tilt down your camera so we can see your face also.
Oh, it is set. I'm not good at that. So it is set, the camera. So at least you can see, I think,
Yes.
my uh, top part
Yeah,
of my
that's
head.
perfect.
And
Thank you. Thank you
okay.
so much.
Can you see the photos of some photos like Elizabeth Ida and some other people? Sakib,
Sorry?
do you see this screen now?
Yes, we can see the screen and suggested recordings.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry because it's a technical staff and I don't have any control over that. And as you see the photo, I thought that, as some of the speakers also said, that climate change is a very multidisciplinary and it cross-cuts with many other issues like natural science, social science, and as well as development, businesses, and other stuffs. So I thought it would be a good idea to bring some guest lecturer to give different views on climate and environmental journalism. And therefore, during the course, I invited a professor from geography and environment who is very, known and did a lot of research work. And he talked about the natural science of climate, aspects of climate science, climate change and environment. And I also invited our, the co-chair of our network, Professor Elizabeth Ida. She talked about the different journalistic aspects of climate change and environment. And I do also have invited one guest lecturer from Tartini University, who is originally from Bangladesh, and he's also very familiar with different climate change issues. And having their views in the class, I tried to make it more multidisciplinary and to give the students more, a comprehensive understanding of the course. So now I'm showing you some photos. Those have been taken as part of their assignment by the students. And you see there are two photos done by our students. And these sapnials are growing on the, on the roadside. And this is just, taken by one student. And the other one, the Buriganga River, and how the water has become so polluted, and it's about the water pollution in the Buriganga River. And these photos were taken some other students. And it's a roadside rainforest in the city. It's a rainforest sort of school who, do this sort of tree plantation on different on different parts. And these are some photos taken by the students as well. It's a plastic recycling and collection, and how the water canal in Dhaka getting, oats, and water becomes so polluted in Dhaka city. And these are also about some, some environmental issues. And I've selected a couple of photos to show you, not necessarily all the photos are being shown here. So along with those photos, as I said, the students did some feature stories. These are the list of those feature stories. Just as you see, Dhaka losing its greeneries. There's a feature story, how plastic has become the death trap for birds. There's another feature story done by the students. Eco-friendly factories, how sustainable investing can protect both environment and deliver profits. Other stories about nature's raid in Europe, who is the perpetrator. That's a feature story written by students. And the other one, Buriganga, a river beside Dhaka. Can the river reclaim its old charm? So these are the feature stories done by the students. And this one is heat wave, experiences hell on earth, experiencing hell on earth. And the other one, e-waste, adding fuel on fire, impact of climate change on agriculture, how global warming worsened Pakistan's devastating floods. There's a feature written by one of my students. And then, endangered whales of Bay of Bengal, and the return of Captain Ahab. This is another story. So these are the feature stories written by the students. Now I'm going to show you one video story, as they produced 10. So I would like to share just one with you. So just be with me, please.
দীর্ঘ ব্যবহার উপযোগী, সাশ্রয়ী ও সহজলভ্য হওয়ায় উন্নত থেকে
Professor
অনুন্নত
Andrea,
সব
Professor
ক্ষেত্রেই
Mofis.
প্লাস্টিকের ব্যাপক ব্যবহার দেখা যায়। কিন্তু পেট্রোলিয়ামের এই উপজাত এখন সমস্ত জীবজগতের জন্য হুমকির কারণ হয়ে দাঁড়িয়েছে। মাটি, পানি ও বায়ুর মধ্য দিয়ে ছড়িয়ে পড়া মাইক্রোপ্লাস্টিক সাগরতলের জলজ প্রাণী থেকে শুরু করে প্রবেশ করছে মানবদেহ, মানুষকে ঠেলে দিচ্ছে ক্যান্সারের মতো মরণ ব্যাধির মুখে। বাংলাদেশের মতো তৃতীয় বিশ্বের দেশে পরিবেশ আইন শিথিলতার কারণে প্লাস্টিক দূষণ পরিস্থিতি আরো ভয়াবহ হয়ে উঠছে। কর্তৃপক্ষ যথেষ্ট সচেতন না হলেও এদেশের ছিন্নমূল এক শ্রেণীর মানুষ জীবিকার সন্ধানে না জেনেই প্লাস্টিক রিসাইক্লিং ও কোটি টাকার অর্থনীতিতে অবদান রাখছে। পথে ঘাটে ভাগাড়ে পড়ে থাকা প্লাস্টিকের বোতল ও অন্যান্য পণ্য সংগ্রহ করে নামমাত্র মূল্যে বিক্রি করা হচ্ছে বিভিন্ন ভাঙাড়ির দোকানে। রাজধানীর চাংখারপুল, মগবাজার, নিমতলির এসব ভাঙাড়ির দোকান থেকে প্লাস্টিকের পণ্যগুলো যাচ্ছে পুরান ঢাকার কামরাঙ্গীর চর ও ইসলামবাগে। সরেজমিনে গিয়ে দেখা যায় ইসলামাবাদের ছোট ছোট শতাধিক ঘরে গড়ে উঠেছে প্লাস্টিক রিসাইক্লিং কারখানা। এসব কারখানায় কাটিং, কোল্ড ওয়াটার ওয়াশিং ও ড্রাইং শেষে তৈরি হচ্ছে প্লাস্টিকের দানা ও ফ্লেক্স। এখান থেকে এসব দানা চলে যাচ্ছে নারায়ণগঞ্জ ও গাজীপুরের বিভিন্ন নামি দামি প্লাস্টিক কারখানায়। সংশ্লিষ্টদের মতে দেশে প্রায় 5,000 প্লাস্টিক রিসাইক্লিং কারখানা রয়েছে। এদের মধ্যে 80-টির বেশি কারখানা বছরে প্রায় 40,000 টন ফ্লেক্স রপ্তানি করে। প্রতি টন শুকনো প্লাস্টিক ফ্লেক্স বিক্রি হয় $550 বা 47,000 টাকায়। পরিবেশ অধিদপ্তরের গবেষণা অনুসারে বাংলাদেশে প্রতি বছর 8 লাখ টন প্লাস্টিক বর্জ্য তৈরি হলেও এর মাত্র 36% রিসাইকেল হয়। এমনকি বাংলাদেশে প্লাস্টিক সংগ্রহ ও রিসাইক্লিং এর 90% হয়ে থাকে টোকাই কিংবা কাবাড়িওয়ালাদের সাহায্যে অনানুষ্ঠানিক খাতের মাধ্যমে।
Thank you, Professor Mofizur. Can you hear me? Thanks. So please listen to the
It's
audio
not that long.
message.
It's finished.
Hello,
বিভিন্ন
Professor
স্থানীয়
Mofizur.
কারখানাও রিসাইকেলড প্লাস্টিক ব্যবহার করে বোতল, মগ, বালতি, খেলনা থেকে শুরু করে নতুন প্লাস্টিক পণ্য তৈরি করে থাকে। বিপিজিএমই এর তথ্যানুসারে বর্তমানে দেশে ছোট বড় মিলিয়ে 5,000 কারখানায় 15 ক্যাটাগরির
Hello.
প্লাস্টিক পণ্য তৈরি হয়। 2020-21 অর্থ বছরে প্লাস্টিক পণ্য রপ্তানি আয়ের পরিমাণ ছিল $4,29,00,000। যুক্তরাষ্ট্র, যুক্তরাজ্য, জার্মানি, ফ্রান্স থেকে শুরু করে 23টি দেশে রপ্তানি হচ্ছে
नहीं यहाँ से
বাংলাদেশের
अनम्यूट है.
প্লাস্টিক। কর্তৃপক্ষের হস্তক্ষেপ ও প্রণোদনা পেলে শুধু পরিবেশ রক্ষার্থে নয়, প্লাস্টিক রিসাইক্লিং হয়ে উঠবে আমাদের দেশের সম্ভাবনাময় রপ্তানি খাত। তামারা ইয়াসমিন তমা, এমসিজে, ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়।
Professor Mofizur, can you hear me now? Please unmute yourself.
Yes, Akib, what is the problem going on? I don't understand, in
Yeah,
fact.
that's completely okay, but the content you showed, we couldn't see
Have
the
you seen
content.
the video story?
No, we couldn't see the video story. That's okay, because we have to wrap it up also. So if you could conclude your presentation, and then after the presentation, after the event is over, I'm going to share this presentation with all the participants. So please email me your slides later.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know the technical aspect of this. So I have also asked the students to monitor, make medias, and each one was assigned with a particular media to monitor how climate change and environment has been covered in the media. So the students monitored the Daily Star, and he found that Daily Star gets great emphasis on photo feature, and the other one monitored the Prothomalo, and he found that among the coverage, 58% were about soft news and 42% was about hard news regarding climate change and global warming in the Prothomalo. And some other people read other newspaper like Business Standard, the Daily Jugantu, and the Daily Sun, online newspaper, Financial Express. So the main motto of this monitoring was just to familiarize the students how climate change and global warming and the environment is covered practically in the news media. So combining these all stuff, doing practical assignment, using their camera, telling these stories with photos, writing feature stories, as well as doing multimedia stories and monitoring the media, they become sort of confident about their understanding of global warming and climate change, and they become competent to write about this issue for the media, I think. So there are a couple of issues raised, by the students, the challenges they face during the field visit. There are a couple of safety issues raised by them, and they also faced questions from different quarters, what things you are doing and why you are doing, do you have any permission, and they have to show them the official letter endorsed by me, and the health risk issues also been raised by them, that if they are doing getting close to different hazardous spots for writing and doing assignments, they may pose health risk to them, and threats from locals or stakeholders, And they also thought there is a possibility of getting involved in legal complications. So these are the issues and challenges students face during their fieldwork. And they also suggested, some issues how to improve the course in the next semester. As I'm teaching this for the first time, the course have been there, for a couple of years, but from this semester, I started teaching this. I evaluated their, understanding what kind of suggestions they have to improve, and they said there should be more field trips or campaign, sort of, how to improve the environmental condition and how to change the behavioral aspects of citizens so that we can combat global warming and the climate change. So, those issues they have mentioned. And they also say budgetary allocation for students' field work and for reporting. They want to do more, reports. They want to write more stories. But public university in Bangladesh don't have, extra money providing to them for arranging this kind of field work. And they also said arranging group discussion, debate, idea generation, those could be developed a bit further. Problem solving sessions that engages more students are suggested, bringing different people from different fields. Problem solving sessions can be taken place so that they can also look for, solution stories for global warming and climate change. And they also say more research opportunity should be provided to the students, and so that they can, at the master's level, they can do research monograph on different issues of environmental aspects and climate change and global warming. So this is all I have to share. But I'm sorry that it did not go well. I will share the slides with Sakib, and hopefully you can, use it for your future reference. So I stop here, Sakib.
Thank you.